to be because say one starting and show match say now meantime I be show match. So one starting we do match say then nothing shows. One showing yana about be a little bit too late for you to win your games. It's for teams no more match day one omunya 3 points no. It's about building on the omunya in match day one. Whilst the teams are more match day one almost 3 points no. It's about going back to correct some mistakes no and getting the results from them. That is what it is. And then the games are starting from far away in Kazakhstan, where Madrid for Ekwakobo against team friend Kirat Almaty. Now, I mean, Almaty for our first ever meeting with Real Madrid in here, our first ever game, our second game of Champions League in here, our first season of Champions League in here. And yet, there's too much information and history between Omo and Madrid. Marriage, all those social bookmakers now, all somebody am Madrid so bebre. Exchange say team my friend Almaty Ebeshano. It also tells you something that you need to be a little bit careful. Kazakhstan for in the lead up to some qualifiable Champions League proper no. The qualifying rounds no, they were very very surprising. Almost share teams be to say Celtic, Monia, they prevented them from winning. So what it means is that you can't write them off. So Obeshomo, and it's Madrid Airco away to go and play against Tima. Your friend Kirat Almaty, they need to be very, very careful. But I think that Madrid will get a job. And yet, and they say Abranti, your friend Jabi Alonso, ebe resting the players to be brave. Obi say Kylian Mbappe, match in your match, so Hano, Bobi. Obi to say Vinicius Junior more the likes of the midfielders Nobisi Orange Shemeni, Eduardo Camavinga is back. I think that is a game where Jabi Alonso beats my resting the players take a crap and then go on to focus on the subsequent games because there are lots more matches so right after winning another game and sending a international break no. So of course Jabi Alonso will want to rest the players take a crap send the subsequent games are going to be good. Rich Madrid will win that game no. Then when we go to the Scandinavia, Tottenham will travel to go and play against team friend Bodo Glimt. Now, this is a game very, very interesting because the story of Bodo Glimt last season in Europe, especially in the Europa League, they were very, very stubborn. And the stadium is seen as one of the coldest places in Uyasi. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Which Tottenham for coach our friend Thomas Frank, a Danish international. He is on the Scandinavian region, and he's taking his team to go away from home to go and play against them. One of the things I have very certain, and he said there is most likely going to be goals in this game between team your friend Tottenham Hotspur and Bodo Glimt, and over 1.5 and over 2.5, and very very likely say in the match at Tottenham Hotspur, any team your friend Bodo Glimt, and also starting lineup no, very clear between the two teams at Tottenham Hotspur and prepare some Marcos. I think say Ombetinyashe. I think the match you Tottenham away from home will get a win. Like I said, Thomas Frank and Scandinavia found the ball. A similar lineup to what we know. Van de Ven, Danson, Jed Spence, Bentancur, Palinha, Mohamed Kudus, Bergval, Simons, and a bunch of friend Richarlison. We know the Bodo Glimt team. They score and concede a lot. I think that there are going to be goals in there. Either team to win on over 1.5 and over 1.5 and over 2.5 or Tottenham Hotspur to win on over 1.5. Very, very likely. The only thing I don't see is a one shade about the Glimt ending and Tottenham. But goals will come and the game will not end in a draw. Which Liverpool away to go and play against Galatasaray. Now, on the stadium, you didn't deny a penny bopa. One need to go to stadium. But they say it's the devil's welcome to hell. You know, huge place. Which we said last week, 2 weeks ago. Galatasaray for away to Frankfurt after all the players Galatasaray had bought, which Frankfurt for Chomochi Papa. He beats them because Galatasaray Lema, Lucas Torreira, Ekai Goodwan, Burak Yilmaz, Omo bench friend Akagun, and Osimhen, the likes of Leroy Sané now on bench, which they were beaten by Frankfurt or Germany. And the next game is at home to Liverpool in the Champions League. It's going to be very interesting. Of course, Liverpool had dropped points this week and they lose to Crystal Palace there. But in the Champions League against a Turkish side Fenerbahce team, you expect still that there's going to be a lot of good way for Liverpool for also beating a team a friend Galatasaray. Which away from home, this is one of the two games I think that there was going to be a lot of goals. And over 1.5, over 2.5, either teams to win in over 1.5, I think is very likely. It's another game that I won't stake my neck to go for who will win because a game that can go anywhere because Galatasaray for lose on the first match, and then of course they have also firepower to go against Liverpool. Say one shame here, Liverpool for no hangover from Crystal Palace game now. It may or may not affect them. For Vicasian for I'll decide to go for a big straight win for Liverpool for no. But either teams to win and as it goes also matching. Reach into the crunch one and anyway. Jose Mourinho is going to be back at the Stamford Bridge. And you see, you cannot write Chelsea's history without Jose. And I've watched a lot of Chelsea pre-match and post-match press conference. But now either say not pick Jose picture we say picture we are. Say not picture we Chelsea press room one man. They had never made it the focus, Rich. It had always been the focus of manager na Otiro ni common. That was the focus. But immediately Jose Mourinho AS or back to come and play, of course, because a manager of Benfica. No? Which the picture has become the focus of everything that Chelsea were doing yesterday. And I like it. I like it for two reasons. If you can't write Chelsea's history without Jose Mourinho. It's not possible.
Sure.
Because Chelsea is a big team and Jose Mourinho.
Of course, I buy.
Yes. Even before so the Madrid in the 04-05, no. Yes, you talk of what Claudio Ranieri had done before Jose. But Rich, tell me that maybe what Ranieri did Chelsea could do. No. Chelsea needed somebody who had the temperament, the personality to go toe-to-toe with Alex Ferguson. And Rich, India, it's been a lot of years. It's within that Ayadeke Rich, it was not easy 20 years ago. Richard, said 20 years ago, a coach in England. Not just a team to
Sure.
There was no history for the club, or there was little history. Manchester United were winning everything. The rivalry was between Arsenal and Manchester United, not Chelsea in Cajon. So the temperament of bringing Jose Mourinho was very important. And for me, he transformed and started everything at Chelsea. I'm not surprised saying that Chelsea former chief director say, hey, Jose Mourinho, and a Chelsea winning Champions League. Although he did not win it, he started the process, the mentality of the club, and he did. So Chelsea would have to give him a lot of credit. And Jose spoke, or say, I will always be a Blue. I am part of their history. They are part of my history. I helped them to become a bigger Chelsea, and they helped me to become a bigger Jose. When I say I am not a Blue, I'm only speaking about the job I have to do tomorrow, which is because I am Benfica manager. Which I want to ask you a question. Weekend with Chelsea will be Liverpool. Enzo Maresca line up for the Benfica match. Should it have Liverpool at the back of his mind? And now it should be a team in the form. I mean, champion confidence and need the for Liverpool to change for now.
I believe in the Dawonim. Football is
unforgettable Liverpool match for now.
Liverpool.
Now on Benfica.
Now the focus should be Benfica.
100%.
Because Kofi.
Yeah.
So game we. So Chelsea to me a huge statement.
Yeah.
And a coming down.
Yeah.
Because you say Chelsea, no result number, and Chelsea is a result of the United club.
Yeah, of course.
So result number, Hannah who won't say issues and say discussing Sabrina, the PPA. So Sammy Maesca, how do you think of the Liverpool game? A weekend.
You forgot
now a German news is here and it's Benfica. Osha Benfica we are. Emma sa pressure na team this one. Players need now relaxed for the weekend game.
Especially say Jose team.
And how they call na Benfica.
And yes, oh yeah, the I say when they be a catch and does it
game ni nyehu.
And match ni nyehu.
Me person be kan say game na hu no kira na eba na hyemo a. We dey no be yastic.
Benfica to be Chelsea. But no, but in my prediction, you also expect me to do the analysis. They give me going to be emotional, Anna.
Okay.
With Jose, the Obama Manchester United game crew Jose never. Especially when we say 3 months or when we zoom you. In some way, like Jose Mourinho can't pre-match press conference no, is to get on the good side of Chelsea fans and use them against the team.
Okay.
And me today, I don't think the game is going to be giddy tactics because Enzo Maresca said it. Uche Jose games about 3 matches the same pay. You can't really see a lot unless you go back to Fenerbahce, go back to Manchester United, go back to Tottenham Hotspur. Which Mimi Podium, I don't think you should start Marco Correa. Oma Jaro had to remember Bobby. Matchy, I like the starting lineup. Romeo Lavia Bobby against Brighton. Lavia starting on rest it. Say their regimes will come on resting. Then the players should go on and go and play. It's a game I expect that Chelsea will win. Benfica or quality. Let us not forget. Pablo Desimo, you have a very, very good look back. You know, very good team. Fiifi-Manfred. Richard Rios from Palmeiras joined them this summer.
My boy,
well, man.
Look back you.
The way you mama now.
Oh, Jumano.
Oh, man, you want to tell me.
Grounds a feta. Back with Miss Samo. Miss Sam Pamjo.
Allez.
Can I tree and no frame?
C'est on a mis mot.
Richard. Maybe more.
Go for me. So my red card is
I don't know could you red card. Coach is trans and Umobi. Miss Samo. And I catch them about 4. Catch them 4 and 5. Chalo anybody I say catch on them strong. And
then you do carry ya.
Dear Miss Samo. Chairman so. Oh no, I can't know fast with Manchester and Kawu. Oh, catch as a chairman. Brana me showers and walk.
Mama.
Akuyama.
See me when you flight a man who
say no frame and I'm catching his own. Catch us and me the man no bowswa. But then hey, what patch on the catch my escapade. And the only had to have a chat.
Benfica is here, show. And then you made the game will be emotional, but I expect you see it's like I said, it's going to be very emotional. Sure. I expect it. Except Maresca a pep coin is not match.
Sure.
That is what matters because like you said, football they all lose. Now a lot of mercenary questions begin to come around you. You don't want that. And Rich and Pampas, what should data now? In Kenya send you. But when you see 3 games, nobody will care about that. And these are huge things that are going to go on it. Interfono a big game also at home that they have to play. But then before that, there's going to be Ajax Amsterdam and Omoko away to go and play against Marseille. I think that is a game that also is going to be either of the teams to win. Your friend is a Bayern game in your match. Bayern going away to go and play against Pafus. So watch the Chelsea there. So we share Pafus.
Bayern goals in this.
So they'll get goals from there. Into so we no mutimishe. Atletico de Madrid after this weekend win against Real Madrid. No, I'm expecting that they will be also built on star quality. No, to go and play in the Champions League this week when they play against our Champions League. There's also going to be a lot of questions about that. I say let's go for the quality rich.
Sure.
They have the team to be able to go into it and then go and get the win. I'm very confident saying it. Matches no all through. Chelsea ne Benfica match na ase kwakoye big game because Madrid match no is not too much of a big game. Atalanta is going to play against Club Brugge. Last week, Mekacho say Club Brugge in the qualifying rounds, you not write them off. I don't trust Atalanta. I think say Atalanta going to play against Club Brugge. No? They are going to be goals inside game, no? And I think say they are going to be a match. Atlanta Club beating you winning. Club Brugge beating you. We are Atalanta El Bergamo. It's something that can happen in all of those games. No? Apart from that, Inter Tenefi against Slavia Praha. Christian Kivu, I think at least a double chance. So when he's playing against Slavia Praha, it's the Chelsea game, which. No, say
na Benfica for na cause upset BMZ
I mean, honestly speaking, because with baby Kekako, say Kekako sa. What again is going to be the conversation? Because you see, I'll see a red card, right? Mm-hmm. But the influence was baby, and Chelsea a funny club, rich. So me that started down, but Manchester United say Niema say like Mutimi Barbara, so but Chelsea the moments are bad.
But me Ebnebe mo pass Jose Mourinho take advantage of Chelsea deficiencies no.
The game plan will be to do that. Obey you let this to do all of those things. But
more 4 and 5 need to
which see a ball 11v11 Benfica and Tottenham more. And as requires make us ask because football 11v11. But when the red card is easier because he a ball 11v11. Chelsea is a better team than Benfica. They will not, especially say
compare some with the red card.
Need to do now against a woman I now
against.
That is because all bomb price of Manchester red card.
Red card neck game. Send the panel coach go no etano. And count yes it will be coach go ajano. Who the jam mojo?
No, say no so got ticket.
No, we are better. It is all question who trying the red card. So what I say,
by name
18 grams I penalty the account.
And then red card.
And then no empire someone say, Mom could do red card because not chess and would do red card be your panic.
But and
changes.
And I say you know the send I like the send here. I think it was from the morning pre-match press conference now here. Because here no here Benfica pre-match. Which I like the fact that we accepting responsibility.
Okay.
So he made some mistakes. He needs to do better.
That's fine.
And so he better. And I think that overview
of a FIFA Club World Cup a deceive more.
I don't think it's deceive.
A deceive.
Which I don't think it's deceive.
And my answer all of a sudden some team is okay.
Which the team is okay.
Good to go.
The team is okay. You see, it's you.
And then finished product.
No, Obianka say finished product. Okay, different from finished product.
Okay.
And I back out they be away new. When you see where they be. After do what man after the also change where the intensity. The intensity make us say okay, you say team they winning Club World Cup. How many of them and our games this season? Liverpool has not played a single game. Unless you don't want to take that into consideration.
Mate.
It also share all of the issues that's going on. Now for me, Chelsea has to find a way to win, even on the midst of this. It will give them confidence, and then they can build on that. Oh, it's rich. Me and friends, I'm from the coach, and then more on and from our no person could fix him. So more coach, pick them up, and then fun corner kokucha because it's been very very good. Deeper and TSL will be joining. I mean, training, no. Abroad, okay, abroad. Abroad.
Group no number no.
Yeah.
Mami fa tu jane fa.
Okay.
Code no efa account. Mesamo number na me de mamo no ye Andy.
Yeah, abroad.
Abroad for mpacho wo Ghana on kan.
Okay.
Ghana for the mom code ha.
Yeah.
We abroche for no mutimi nyusu code no. And the mom number so meka. Group no na wotimi so e de atwa.
So we abroad kra ni obeka on free beam on test kra.
And drinking can soon free number we. I'm so and drinking can soon free. It's a landing for me. For
Amsterdam.
But your number is 0247 932805. 0247 932805. For number is here. Na yemfa wonka group no kovi
Rich coach no so
anytime
BW154C D442 and first one no second one a BW154C B83D third one a BW154C 9BFB fourth one a BW154C 79B3 and the last one here BW154C61CC rich and 6 codes and 10 odds and a boy into ultra screenshot and one pioneer didn't
okay and but so green I'm ubia and sa corner no ya das Fifi-Manfred na